So we have a mystery, and I'm trying to make the most of it. This game is by Christine Love, who's not somebody whose games I've really sought out in the past. I have reservations, or rather, I had reservations about the game going into it, some of which have not been disproven by the game itself. The writing is pretty good. If I have a criticism at this point, it's that the characters. There is at least one character who is very anime stereotype in a way that I don't like. But it is a really interesting exploration culturally of a culture outside of my own, extrapolated into outer space in the future. It's an interesting take on what happens when you go back in like technology, so that you're not doing basically so that science becomes fantasy in a way. So you have kind of science fantasy. I don't know. It's like what is it? Sufficiently advanced technology seems like magic. For these people, it's not so much that the technology is so far beyond what we would see, but for the culture that we walk into here, that is the case. Like the technology that was from their past seems like magic to them. So it's interesting. We're probably going to uncover some really hard truths about what is going on with the characters in this, I'm guessing. Oh, haha. Apparently, I did not get some achievements for that. Okay, so let's restore where we were. Alright, so we are at, I think, an interesting point where we have recently discovered, because we have, this is like my little, like, bitty summary in case anyone missed last time. For those of you who were here last time, I apologize, please bear with me. But we came here to investigate what happened on the ship, and everyone's been dead for a while, and we talked to this AI who pretends to be this library AI. But then later it is revealed that she is the, I guess, the mind of a person who had been on the ship at the time of everyone dying. And she's been kind of stuck in the computer for a while, no one to talk to. You later uncover she was from the first generation born on this generation ship. And she has an autoimmune disorder, or some sort of an immune system related disorder. And so she'd been put in cryo sleep until technology became more advanced and they could save her. Unfortunately, instead, some sort of a catastrophe struck. We lost modern technology, and the society kind of devolved into what I can only say is kind of like a medieval period Korean culture based society. And I say this as somebody who's not a history major and does not know the history of the world. But this girl was woken up into drama as this society and its ship were on decline. They woke her up and she was kind of forced into this really harsh, strict gender role, and she was a girl of our modern sensibilities, so this did not go over well. What we know is she wound up being married to the emperor, and there's a lot of drama and politics, and mostly drama with the various other characters, and it appears that she befriended the emperor's first wife, and then at some point after she married the emperor, everyone on the ship died. Now there's another artificial intelligence who's the actual AI of the ship who we talked to, and she's the one who to me seems like an annoying tsundere anime cat girl instead of a unique character. They do seem like they're doing a little more with her, a little bit more to give her an actual personality, but it's still what I would say one of the weaknesses of the game. Also, you can kind of romance the characters a bit, and that's weird, but the way that it's done is weird, potentially. But so you talk to that AI girl, and it is revealed that she hates the other AI because when the other AI was human, she killed everybody. She's definitely been in a like violent and abusive situation for several years, so I can kind of understand what might have pushed her so far. Also, the fact that the ship was like on its way out anyway, and people were having fewer and fewer children, like less and less able to have children. So like the everything that was on a decline anyway, and then everyone died, and she apparently has to do with it. So what we have here. 2 save files, because I wanted to be careful. This is interesting, so we have a visual novel, you can skip what you've seen. So we're gonna load this. So what we have here is we have mute questions, which if I remember correctly from what I was cautioned about, I should not look, and mute is the AI, the cat girl AI. I'm not supposed to look at those questions until I look at them with one of the characters. Now there are multiple endings, so my guess is that we're going to bring mute's questions to one character, get an ending, bring mute's questions to another character, get another ending, and then do something altogether different and get another ending. I don't know. I'm not a visual novel expert. In fact, the only visual novel that I can think of that I've played is We Know the Devil, which is a little bit different. They're both pretty gay though, so they've got that going for them. Or pretty queer, I guess, if we're going to be more general, since that seems to be more appropriate. Yes, no, showing the Blues was here, and Blues was telling us, I think, that we should absolutely be careful. Oh, we're back to her! So we get to choose which outfit, because she apparently was a cosplayer in life. And so she designed herself some outfits. We did not do the outfit that I thought was going to be really uncomfortable. Emotionally, I did put her in one that triggered an emotional reaction that was very interesting. It made me feel bad. But she expressed interest in this lab science thing because her dad was a scientist, a computer scientist, I think. So she's like, well, I'm in a computer, so that's pretty close to computer science, right? Is it Moth Dude? Okay, yeah. I think maybe Blues wanted me to read that with a fresh mind going in at the beginning of the stream. I don't know. But we can go and look at the log. So Blues actually sent me a write-up of the characters that we've already seen to try to make sure that I don't forget who is who. So for better or for worse, we've got access to that file. I don't know if I'll need it or not. There's a pretty big cast. But we've got this. Yes, so I've got a little list of all of the characters as far as I know them. And oh man, I've got the timeline and everything. Blues is a bit of an overachiever when it comes to helping me out with things. You guys are really pretty good at helping me out with things. So shall we take a look at Mute's questions and see what happens? And we can always load our save if it triggers a thing we don't want. This is clearly where we want to keep a save. Well, the thing that Blues sent me was not more family trees. The thing that Blues sent me was like a little cheat sheet of all of the characters and what we know about them, including a list of what I've picked as my identity, all the answers to the questions that I've given. So that's funny. So let's look at Mute's questions. Okay. I'm a little nervous about this, because I don't want to mess this up. I kind of want to just go straight to, I guess I've got her with me, so I guess you can't read them without having a character. Yeah, because you have an AI open, and the AI can see what you're doing and what you're looking at. So you can't just look at the questions without showing them to people. You literally, I don't think you can. You can choose not to see the person's reaction, but I'm pretty sure that when I look at this, she's gonna look at this. So let's see, what do you have to say? What can I do for you? Okay. Alright, well, I have no real reason not to. We'll see what she says. What is this? Oh, congratulations, God of Darkness! Oh my gosh, mute first says, question, how are you doing? Oh my god. I mean, imagine that Mute is probably not going to ask her out on a date. But you know, I'm afraid that this game is probably not very conducive to talking about an engagement since it mostly has to do with not good relationship stuff. But congratulations! I hope that you guys have many happy years together. So of course people here do care. Yeah, Nick, I think that that's probably the sequential direction we're going with these questions. Okay, so... I have to shift between trying to, like... I'm currently holding two different thoughts. Congratulatory, yay, someone got engaged! And, like, destructive characters and destructive game. And I'm like, ah. So if you'll forgive us, if our game is not celebrating, know that in our hearts we are celebrating with you. So don't go wiping out any space stations together, though, no matter how romantic your relationship may be. Oh man, I'm good at this. All right, God of Darkness. As long as you know, like, we care, we do care. And if you guys do have exciting stories to share or interesting bits of news and life updates and stuff like that, like, we are happy to hear those. And if you've got sad news too, like, we're here for you. Like, there's only so much that an online community can do, either to celebrate or to support, but there is caring. That is one thing I can say. So, now, speaking of caring, I don't know if Mute is pretending to care here, but let's see what Hyun A has to say about being asked how she's doing. Ha ha ha! She is, in fact, an incredibly gossipy AI. She was really excited about showing me all sorts of stuff she probably shouldn't have shared if she wasn't a gossip. I promise that I will give you the benefit of the doubt. Yep, see, I'm giving you a chance. Okay, well, that's good. So we're on the same page here, but it's still blue. Huh. Oh, why is she nervous? She's nervous and she's afraid I won't like her. Aww. Oh man. Yeah, no, one thing that I have learned is that most humans don't open up about things emotionally the way I do. And I've actually had to second guess myself sometimes. I've had enough experiences in the past few years of being like, maybe I should be careful about sharing so much. But like, people will be nervous talking about things and they think that I'm going to judge them for like having feelings or having past experiences or stuff, and I'm just like, we all have feelings. Like, why on earth would I judge you? And I think that people pretend or are expected to pretend that things don't happen that are bad or hard, so they just don't talk about it. I think one of the most frustrating experiences that I've ever had on the subject of opening up was a person who I talked to, and I tend to ask people a lot of questions and dig into personal stuff, not in a rude or gossipy sort of way. I find people really interesting. I like understanding and learning things, and people are particularly interesting to understand and learn. And you can kind of help people by talking through their problems with them. So I tend to get people to open up to me. And so there's this one person I know, and we didn't know each other super well, but we got to talking, and I managed to get them talking about some of their personal challenges, and they were like blown away. They're like, this is so amazing, I'm so excited that I can talk about these things with you, and like you understand it, and even the ones that like the things that I have experience with that you don't have experience with, you still don't judge me for having these feelings, don't judge me for talking about these feelings, and are giving me a positive outlet. This is great. I've never experienced opening up like this before to somebody. And of course, this actually was not a situation in which this person then decided that they thought they were in love with me, which sometimes happens. As weird as that may be to say, because emotionally opening up in such a vulnerable way feels like such an intimate action, people will sometimes kind of overlay what they think are romantic feelings on top of something like that. And this wasn't a case like that, but like this person was like clearly like expressed valuing the openness that I approach life with emotionally. So flash forward like a few years later, and I was talking about emotional feelings and stuff, kind of in an outlet where my friends were. And this person got really upset and was like, no, it's not appropriate for you to talk about your feelings and such personal stuff in public. You should be talking to this with your close friends. And I was like, I'm not like airing other people's dirty laundry or gossiping or whispering secrets in public. I'm talking about things that are a challenge for me personally. And if you could, when I was talking to you about you, understand the value of talking about things that you felt that you had previously been forced to keep inside, why is it that then when I am talking about my feelings, you are like, no, you should have put those inside? For similar situations, I don't know. But it's an interesting thing. And I don't blame that person. I mean, I don't know if they're like I don't know if they're from the Midwest or what, but I know that there's a problem with Midwestern culture being particularly focused on keep face. Like everything has to seem okay, even if it's crumbling. At least this is what I've been told by people and what I've kind of seen people from that area. Like every region in the US, for those of you who are not American, every region in the US, as every region in any country, has its own cultural idiosyncrasies. And that's what I've been told and what I've kind of seen seems to be one of the downsides of the Midwestern area culture. If anyone here is a Midwesterner and you want to weigh in, please feel free. I'm not from the Midwest. I am a combination of Texas, Canada, and maybe a tiny bit of New York. So not the same experience at all. But anyway, that's a completely disconnected tangent. I wouldn't say entirely unrelated, because I definitely got there from here. But I think it took a couple of steps. So please forgive. Yes, no, that's true. I was born in Axel's hometown, but I left there when I was a baby, so Axel wasn't born yet. So we did not have the same hometown at the same time. More of a hypotenuse than a tangent. Oh man, Nick, you're getting all mathy on me. So I will just choose to say yes. I will defer to you on this. Alright, so here's Hyuna being nervous about the difficulty of opening up to somebody. Now in this case, she has a lot at stake. Guys, I'm just gonna run my mouth about random things before we dive into the game. So, what was I saying? So if you guys are not familiar with Dr. Nerdlove, he's a guy who gives like love advice and life advice to primarily nerds who are trying to figure out how to better themselves and have more success in romantic experiences. Super valuable resource to have. But one of the things that he talks about a lot is not considering like one person is like your one true love and putting them on a pedestal, but realizing that if this person isn't the one for you, that doesn't mean that all hope is lost. That means that that one person isn't for you. But there's all these other people out there, so try not to think of that, which I think is an extremely healthy reminder. Unfortunately for Hyune, She doesn't have any alternatives. So this going badly for her is bad for her. So she has more reason to be nervous. Because I think a lot of times people are nervous because nobody wants rejection. But it is important to remember that rejection is one person rejecting you in one situation. That is not a rejection by the universe of you entirely as a person in all circumstances. In her case, it's a little harder. So, but she seems to be putting a brave face on it. So we'll see. Is she a mass murderer? What's the deal? Presumably, that is not going to be a thing that any of you guys have to worry about being rejected for. Like, oh, I was interested in you, but then I found out you murdered thousands of people, and I'm afraid I just can't get over that. So, let's see what the next question is. How do you feel about me? Mute, what are you doing? What are you doing with these questions? Is Mute actually gonna ask her out instead of asking her about her mass murder? I don't know. So we could go back and forth between these two, if we wanted to, or we can just do them all at one go. Oh my gosh, Ella is over there giving herself a kitty bath, and she caught my attention because she's like waving this leg around, like lick, lick, waving around, lick, lick, wave. She's very dignified. Cats are the most dignified creatures. All right, a tough question. No, Hune, you don't get to say you're in love with me. You literally just met me. But again, you are an AI of a traumatized child who has had an absence of happiness and romance in your life, and I'm the first person to show you kindness and share your values in a very long time. So she can think she's in love with the main character. Like, I understand why that impression would happen. No, this isn't supposed to be about me. This is what she thinks of Mute. Fine or yes. I thought that she was having me show... I thought that she was asking what Mute's questions. Am I missing something? Hold on. What's going on? Something bad is happening. Something is clearly wrong. This is falling apart. Oh no. Alright. Yes. Am I gonna die? Oh boy. Yes. Let's die. We're gonna die. Oh god, I can't do this. Okay, so we're gonna use the override terminal, and then what is it that we're gonna do? Okay. Help. Power control. Please help me here, folks. Disable reactor. I don't see the reactor. Ah. What can I do here? Permanently terminate your connection. Disable AI. We're gonna die. What does download do? This will permanently disconnect your section. So it looks like I can either take her with me or permanently terminate your connection. Okay. I'm gonna talk to her. Okay. Not yet. Okay. Okay. Mute's not gonna know what this is, but we're gonna try. What? Oh my god. Okay. PSS? Oh. Okay, hold on. PSS switch battery. Oh, okay, hold on. Hold on. Help. Power control. I should be able to take down some of these. Okay. Okay, power control, disable waste. Power control, disable rail. Power control, disable core 3. Power control, disable core 4. Power control, disable core 5. Power control, disable core 6. Okay, so we need okay, power control. Power control list. Power control list. Let's see, how are we doing right now? We need the atmosphere. We need communications. Do we need gravity? Okay, let's see. You don't think we need gravity, Nick? PSS. Yes. Okay, that's not quite enough. I'm just talking to it, okay. Then, oh, I disabled the life support. Wow, okay. Power control list. Or did she already have, was the life support already? Control, disable, bulk, heads, power control, disable, gravity. Okay, power control. Well, it's disabled now. Was it disabled when I got here? Control list. At 35%. Control, disable. I don't know about sensors. Do I need the sensors? What do you think? I can always turn this back on. Call, disable docking, power control. Control list. I know I'm wasting time here, but fortunately I type pretty fast and I read pretty fast. Because we're at 23%. Oh, jeez. We need all of those things. Okay. PSS. PSS. Switch. Battery. Okay. Okay. I don't know what that means. Okay. Help reactor. Reactor disable. Yeah. What else can I turn off though? Okay, I mean, I could turn off the communication array and then come back to it, right? I mean, either that or that will disconnect me if I'm hacking into the system. What do you think is going to happen? Yeah. Okay. Should we turn off mute? I did just save. I'm really indecisive about things. Okay. I do have 2 save files, and I can actually make 4 if I want to. So shall we? Okay, hold on. Oh, right. I tried. What's the problem? Yes. Oh, this is what I've already been doing. See if she's got anything else to say here. Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm not going to be very conversational right now because I'm trying to figure out. Okay, well, I did all of that. I have to turn. Oh, God. All right. Well, we're gonna go with this. I'm really bad at this. I'm really, really bad at making decisions because I feel like the things in games are real. All right. I guess we should do this. See what happens. Oh, that's Hune. Okay. And that's mute. Shall we do this, friends? Probably gonna die. will degrade within 24 hours or less. Okay. Okay, then reactor disable. No. Okay, power. Hold on. Crap. Oh, okay, power control. That's what we. No, PSS. That's what we want. PSS. PSS switch battery. Okay. PSS enable. Okay, and then we've got, what's it called? Reactor disable. Yes. So we're going to have to try to get mute back. Okay. Then, we did it? Why is the countdown timer still going? What's going on? No! What on earth can I use? Any hints? Okay. I have no idea what to do. Help. Power control. Power. Can we re-enable something? Life support systems? I don't know. Oh no. How many points do we have? Bulkheads. Okay. Power control enable. Bulkhead. Power control enable life support. Okay. Let's see if that did anything. I don't know what else to do. I have absolutely no idea what else I can do. I have disabled and re-abled, and are there any things that I didn't see here? Oh, okay, okay. Would like to urgently speak to you. Okay. Got it. What can I do? Disable the bulkhead. Oh, okay. I was so close, guys, wasn't I? Look at that. Okay. Fortunately, okay, so that would be power control, disable bulk heads. Okay. Fortunately, I saved some time. Because I actually had solved both of the logic problems that I was supposed to be solving. I was just missing one key piece. So I feel as though either that this is fairly logical or it is logical in a way that makes sense for my brain. Maybe not the other brains in the world. So mute is gone for the time being, or maybe we'll be able to get her, but we're not going to be able to talk to her without turning off Hyune and have that be kind of an iffier, scarier thing. So, we'll see what happens. Yes, mute has 24 hours. No, I think we need to work. Sorry. We're gonna do this. Does she understand that mute? That's kind of sad and cute. Oh, man. Do we have any reason to think she's being dishonest about what she looked like? I'm really confused about the fact that she doesn't realize that these questions are from Mute. I thought these questions were from Mute. Maybe they're not. That's true. Well, let's see what she has to say. Oh no. I did not. So this is one of the problems with games with open-ended questions like that. Because like with the "you're being dishonest," like I had literally no idea what the game writer thought that sentence meant. And so I picked it because I was like, is she revealing that she feels dishonest about something secretly? But it turns out that actually what she meant by "you're being dishonest" is by making yourself look like an older version of yourself. Well, no, but see, the difference is with Oxenfree is it's in a way kind of emulating the inadequacies of trying to communicate when you're an awkward teenager surrounded by awkward teenager friends, and just everything you say and do becomes a mess. So as frustrating as I found that, as deeply frustrating as I found it, and as much as I did not find that Oxenfree in any way recreated any of my high school experience, like it was completely not relatable in any way for me, because I had a very different group of friends and very different expectations for myself and different expectations for my family. I can at least understand what they were trying to do. This, I think, is in some ways supposed to be like this game. I'm gonna say this and you guys are gonna disagree with me. In a way, this as with many visual novels, I think is kind of a fantasy, maybe a variation on a power fantasy. So you get to be super cool and hook up with all the everybody's who thinks you're amazing if you say the right stuff. And again, I haven't played enough visual novels, and I know some of them, a lot of them probably are just exploring a story, but ones in which you as a character are meeting other people a lot of times, like especially like the romance type ones, like they are in their own way a sort of power fantasy. So you shouldn't be accidentally saying the thing that you don't want to say if the intent is for you to be able to create this character that you're playing as, if that makes sense. So, like, I don't think that this game is trying to make an interesting commentary on the way that people interact with each other, which Oxenfree was absolutely doing. So I think you should absolutely know every single time if you have an opportunity to be really mean to somebody. Now, if it's like they misinterpret what you're saying, which is, I think, kind of what Nick is saying here, that she is being defensive. It's a completely bizarre line of dialogue. So I think from now on I will not choose the lines of dialogue that I don't know what they mean. I thought this would lead to like potentially interesting conversation, but I would say that this was just a mystery, which is cool, but the waifu addition to it is something that I judge it. Apparently, I judge it rather harshly for that. I think because if I want to play a game that has that, I'll play a game that has that. If I want to play a game that has a serious story to tell and expects me to take its character seriously, it won't have that. Again, and I don't know if this is indicative of... I don't know how much credit to give Christine Love for with this. I can say, the fact that you have this character who's throwing herself at you, talking about how she's in love with you, makes sense psychologically because of how incredibly screwed up this character is and the specific circumstances in which you find her. So therefore, I'm willing to roll with it. Now, that makes it phenomenally creepy if you actually view this as a romantic thing. So if the person who created it is aware that a romantic thing with a person in this desperate situation is incredibly creepy and uncomfortable, I mean, it'd be fine if it's like she's kind of got a crush on you and like the two of you could develop a relationship, but the way that she's immediately like, you're the first person to have shown me kindness. You are the first person for me to talk to. I am going to fall hopelessly in love with you. Like, that's messed up. That's a super unhealthy power dynamic. And if the person who created this game is aware of that, and it just is an interesting, like, send up kind of waifu expectations in a dating sim, that's good, Moth Dude. I have very limited experience to use to determine what Christine Love's work is like. I do know that she writes, that she has written like explicit stories with romance of various sorts, and that they do explore things like consent and probably power dynamics and relationships and things like that. So interesting stuff. So it could very well be that like we're supposed to look at this and be like, okay, Hune, that's, maybe you're coming on a little too strong. You're a sad, desperate, lonely girl who never got love and is desperate for the chance for love and romance in your life. I'm sorry, child, but I'm going to have to abstain from that. But there are people who put things like that into games and then don't realize. Like, can we talk about Jack from Mass Effect 2 for a minute? Oh my god, that was really messed up, and they had no idea what they were doing. Don't put things like that into your story if you don't know what you're doing, please. That's probably one of the most egregious examples I can think of in any video game. If you haven't played Mass Effect 2, I don't want to spoil it for you. If you have, I hope you know what I'm talking about. Nick. Anyway, yeah, I guess people are okay with the fact that I'm just gonna ramble about characterization, storytelling, and stuff like that. Analogue gives me very good excuses to do that, and I don't think it's a bad game. Like, I'm obviously very engaged with it on some level. I'm critical of it on other levels, but it's good enough Okay, so this, I am, okay, this is mute. Okay. There we go. Why did you kill all those people? That's the big question. Okay. She's already told me how old she is. Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and see how does she feel about mute. Oh, I guess maybe I'll ask her all these questions. Of course, that'd be one of her questions. Okay, so she understands these. Okay. Yeah, not animal tested. I was basically screaming the entire time that the situation with Jack was on screen in that game. I was really profoundly displeased with it. And like, you could just easily not, if you're not willing to deal with the repercussions of massive sexual trauma, you just don't put them in your story. What a concept. You want all of these characters to be romanceable and you don't want it to be like nauseatingly abusive on the part of the player character? Don't put it in there. Yeah, that was the thing. Anyway, I will go off on a tangent on that if you let me. So I will cut myself off here. But I'm glad that Hune understands these questions. Okay. Did she have anything nice to say? Actually, I actually think she might have. Like, it wasn't all negative, I don't think. I remember being kind of surprised because Mute had seemed like she was going to be a bit one note. But I think she actually had some positive things to say about Hune, right? Now I'm trying to remember. I think she did. It was backhanded because it's Mute. I wouldn't say that she was nice, but I would say she had. I hate binary choices when they're like this. I mean, she did call her a murderer first thing, but she also super liked the lady who had a girlfriend. And so she was going on and on about how disgusting and gross and horrifying that was, but also really liked that person and talked about her positive traits. So she did have that. She just led with. Also, yes, as far as we know, Hune did in fact kill everybody. Life support was off. How on earth did she make herself an AI? I really want to know. Yeah, Moth, dude, I'm not actually sure that is or isn't what Mute was getting at there, but kind of. Mute had some problems. We'll have to try to not let her die horribly. Or just evaporate. It'd be easier to do what we're supposed to do when we were sent here. Do you have anything nice to say about me? I seem to recall she said some things that weren't all negative from her perspective, but I guess she was pretty negative. Nothing that I think Hune would. Yeah. She never talked to me ever. Wow. She is a gossip. I'm curious what you have to say to that. No. See, it's picked up on the fact that I like girls. Maybe you shouldn't be judging me for it. Yes. Oh man, we get more stuff. Let's go see what those new things are. Block 1, okay. Oh dear. Hold on. Oh, she probably won't be on here. Ah, here we go. No, she is, because this is... Okay. So she's writing to her sister. It's interesting, this is also written in an informal manner. Look at that. Like, this is, again, super casual and informal. Yeah. So I don't know if that sounds good, but it doesn't sound terrible. Yeah, so they're all teenagers. Young teenagers. So she has anything to say about this one. Yeah, or that isn't written as somebody's written to be documentation that goes on forever, like journal entries and so on. So this is the first casual communication between people who are casually talking to each other. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I ever would. Like, that's just so uncomfortable. Yeah, see, like, nobody's able to have kids at this point. Yeah, that's no good. Yeah, that's not just for the record, that is not normal or okay, but I assume we know. So this might get into uncomfortable subjects, which is why actually I took the family-friendly label off of the stream, because the subject matter that we have gotten into and that I knew we were going to go into is not. So if you're a person who is uncomfortable hearing people talk about sexual violence, this is probably the time to step out. Because I suspect we're going to go into more detail about that sort of thing, and especially as we talk about Hune's marriage, I think that we're going to go into that. So... flat bear, yeah. With having a real pregnancy and all to worry about. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, 16, 15-year-old. But yeah, like the idea of a 15-year-old having a child. Okay, so we haven't gotten to the worst of it. All right. Looking at the different the day. Okay. So things are really bad, I guess. Yeah, 4 years. Wow. Hmm. This is going to be really sad. You're not a good role model, but that's fine. I love you anyway. Even if everyone is disappointed in you, even if you're not really family anymore. What? Why is she not family anymore? What did she do? Kill her husband? Alright. This is probably going to be heavy then. Yeah, I was actually going to guess that she probably was actually pregnant. Hmm. Wow. Oh no. I mean, miscarriages are hard enough on someone to begin with, but to feel like that's your only worth as a person. Yeah. it is depressing how recent and fragile the protections of women in marriages are. Like, I think that there's this temptation, or maybe it's just what we are raised to believe, encouraged to believe, that everything is all hunky-dory. Like, oh, that's ancient history. We are so enlightened and far beyond. But like, it wasn't that long ago that a man could basically do whatever he wanted to his wife, and like, you're married. That if like a man was trying to like basically was beating his wife half to death, if she called the cops would be like, sorry sir that we're interrupting you taking care of your family, that sort of thing. The idea of marital rape was, there are still people in power right now. And yes, no, Nick Buntline, I know a lot of places are different. I can't speak to those places, or speak about those places. Like, I don't, that's not my experience, and that's not what I can talk about. That's not what I can control. But contemporary American society is what I live in right now. And there are plenty of people, apparently, including people who are making decisions about what is legally permissible in this country, who think that if you're married, then your husband can't rape you because you're married. And that means that it doesn't matter what he does to, like, it does not matter what a husband does to his wife. They are married, and so it is okay. It doesn't matter if she wants it or not. By getting married, she signed an agreement to do whatever, whenever, however, regardless of how she feels about it. Which is actually one of the most destructive things, because there's this idea that rape is... I warned you guys, we're going to have heavy conversations about sexual violence because of this game. There's this concept that rape is a very specific thing, that it looks a specific way, that it is a strange man jumping on you in an alleyway with a knife and being brutal and violent, and you scream and fight back, and then you don't get to scream or fight back. And so anything that looks different from that scenario, and sometimes even things that do look like that scenario, that doesn't count. And so you have women whose romantic partners are doing all sorts of things, ranging from disregarding their preferences, like, and their agreement or disagreement with participating, to like outright brutality, and you have people thinking that that's okay. That's not okay. The majority of sexual violence is perpetrated by people you know, and oftentimes by romantic partners, or like friends and family members, not the stranger in the alleyway. Like, the number of girls and women, but it's especially bad, I think, for girls, because usually women are more likely to at least have friends who can talk to them and be like, that's not okay. But when you're younger and you don't know as much about these things, and you don't feel comfortable talking to people about these things, you have these misconceptions, you have all these other people who are also younger and still figuring things out, kind of as your basis for determining what's normal and what's acceptable. Anyway, what it all comes down to is so many people saying, well, I mean, but he loves me, so that makes it okay, right? And I'm like, man, if you have to ask that question, no, it's not okay. So I guess my point is this is not ancient history. The laws on the books are relatively recent and relatively fragile. Like the trajectory of how things are going right now, it is not implausible that some of those protections will get stripped away. But it's not just what's legal that is important. I mean, the laws are only one part of things. Cultural norms are another part of things. And so even if the law says that's not okay, I mean, most of these cases and things like that don't go to court. But the cultural normalization of it's okay if it hurts. Like the cultural normalization of, well, but he loves me, so that makes it okay. The cultural normalization of, I didn't fill in the blank enough to stop it, so it doesn't count. Is insidious. Like it's everywhere, and people don't think about it or talk about it enough. And like we're finally beginning to have those conversations. And I guess the men who believe that these things are their rights are upset. I don't actually think this is off topic. I think that this game is. I think this game is consciously exploring sexual violence against women and powerlessness. Which is why I fucking hope that Christine Love knows that the relationship implied between Hyune, or the potential romance between Hyune and the player, is really wrong and unhealthy. And it's not Hyune's fault whatsoever. But that is not something that should be touched with a 10-foot pole. Because the thing that happens, people who have been rescued from abusive situations frequently fall in love with their rescuer. And that's what's happening here. That is literally the situation in which we find ourselves in this game. And if the person who made this game isn't aware of that, I will be very upset. Now, I don't have faith in people talking about sexual violence in games or sexual violence against real people and how that affects real people, and therefore how realistic characters in a fictional story would be affected by these things. Because I live in a world in which Jack in Mass Effect 2 is like some people's favorite romance options, and they just love the fact that you can do sexual healing to overcome the trauma of someone who has been gang raped and used as a sex slave. Like, I don't even have words to describe how fundamentally fucked up that is. And so in a world where that is mainstream and common, and as appalled as I was by it, there's a lot of people who don't realize that it's messed up, including obviously the people who made it, who probably are like patting themselves on the back for tackling difficult subjects. Bye, Stolen Light. Thanks for hanging out. I'm sorry if this conversation makes people uncomfortable. But because so many stories have characters like Jack, and stories like Jack's story in them, handled as piss poorly. And I'm sorry, I'm swearing. We're talking about rape, so I'm going to swear. I'm laughing. I'm not laughing. This is what I do when something is really upsetting to me. I'll start smiling and laughing, and that makes it extra uncomfortable for the people I'm talking to, and I apologize. It is very, I cannot do it, but it is hard. Yes, no, that is what happens. Shepard's magical sexual healing makes everything okay, and Jack is better because of this. And I'm like, no, You could be in a relationship with 10 years, for 10 years with Jack, and she might not let you touch her. And that has to be okay. So yeah, so that's why I hate what, like, because there's some really great storytelling in Mass Effect 2. There's really good handling of really difficult situations. That's not one of them. And so in a world where that sort of thing is common and unnoticed, I look at Hyune being shown as potential waifu material, and I expect horrifying, appalling obliviousness on the part of the people who told the story. Now, I've been told Christine Love has this other game that's entirely about consent. Really, it's just an exploration of different forms of consent in the context of an erotic game, like visual novels thing. And so I haven't played that game. Obviously, erotic games are not my thing. But I will take it on faith that because Christine Love made that game, and people seem to generally not be screaming about it the way I am about Jack in Mass Effect 2, that she is making a game here that is about the ramifications of sexual violence. Sorry, Coleraines, you walked into a really heavy conversation that I don't think is... I don't think that this conversation is not what Christine Love wants me to take away from this game. So I may have some issues with some of the characterization and some of the way that the story is shared emotionally, but I guess I just have to come up and say, thematically, if this is what she's trying to do, and I think it might be, I have to give it to her. All right, Christine Love, I'm glad that you're exploring this. I'm glad that you are taking this far future mystery with the whoa, isn't this interesting? We have Korean culture, which I'm not really familiar deeply with, mixed with history, and then we've got whoa, how did this happen, and all of this weird cultural stuff going. But really, underneath the trappings of the mystery, the science fictional elements, the suspense of how are we going to not blow up the space station, I think at its heart, this story is about what women do when they are pushed to their limits by abuse in its various forms. When you have no power, or when your power and agency are taken from you and you are subjected to abuse, what do you do? And so I guess our female characters kind of each are examples of different ways, and Hyune's is violence and self-defense, which we're going to talk to her about. I don't think I've finished all of my trains of thought. I think that's probably okay. I hope you guys are alright with all of this. I will say, when I started playing Analogue, A Hate Story, I did not expect it to be an exploration of the things that victims and survivors of abuse and sexual violence do. Somebody told me that after they played this game, they were very upset for a while, that it was just a really intense and heavy experience. I can understand why. It's not that it is showing horrifying things happening on the screen, but by showing the effect that those horrifying things have on people. Or even worse, I think, is the people who don't realize that the horrifying things that are happening to them are not okay. And I would love to be able to be gosh, it sucks that these people are in this backwards society where they don't know, except that we're in that backwards society where they don't know. Anyway. It's not normal. It may be common, but it's not okay. Let's take a look. Okay. So neither one of these two So she could very well have killed herself that year. Although I'm trying to remember exactly what the day was. Hate Plus is the prequel to this. Oh, no, it's a sequel. Okay. It is very hard for me to imagine how there could be a sequel to this. It feels very self-standing. Unless it's another game that is similar, but about different specifics. So is this kind of like Handmaid's Tale for Christine Love? It sounds like that might be the case. Oh, it is a direct. Okay. Let's ask her about friends. Huh. So I guess the other would be the other wife. Ah, okay. This is probably going to be rough. Although as I understand it, it is possible that maybe he waited until she was older? Oh dear. Oh, I should probably save. Okay, Manelli, I've never seen this show. I've only read the book. It was a hard read. Actually, I don't remember if I read The Handmaid's Tale before my own experience with sexual violence or afterwards. But it's chilling how believable it is. Oh, the music changed, I think. Ah. I had lost her virginity. And forever since I cared enough to write anything down, yeah, she was very depressed. My dearest husband. Oh, that's right. The Emperor and Empress were brother and sister. He can be rough. Huh. This is not what I expected. Huh. That's interesting. That is not what I expected. Like, I was expecting that to be kind of what broke her. Unless there's something else unhealthy in there that she wasn't quite aware of. I want to know both of these. I hope I can get both. Let's see if we can also ask about the husband. Let's see. Huh. It's not as if we had conversations. Huh! Oh, wow. So she's implying that their relationship was more one-sided than our relationship where I literally can't speak to her directly. That's an interesting way of putting it. Ah. Getting sicker, nothing will change that. Those days when I'm too feverish to sit for too long. Yeah, like she's clearly. So she literally doesn't say anything to anyone. Huh. I like that she wants her to be sincerely happy. Stilted. And yet, but then you've got the sisters who write to each other in a way that's not stilted. Sure. So I guess there's probably more of those. Muteness. It's funny that mute is a character. Yeah, no. Jay Hua is, I think, how I would say that. I might be mistaken. She is definitely like one of the most, like, without reservation, good person characters. I've been thinking a lot about how close my death must be now. Wow. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there was a pronunciation guide. This is not good. Oh God. Ah. So she went mute. Oh my God, was she muted by her? Wow, so she couldn't even talk for the last couple of years of her life. Like, she couldn't. Yeah. Wow. Ah, so she's trying to figure out what's going on. using the system against him. Because he made it so that she would have to marry him. Yeah, no, she seems really cool. She does seem very cool. Oh no. She died? She died? Oh my god. Okay, and this is just a few days before. I think all of the things that we have are in early February. I think is when everything ended. What killed her? Too much worry causing an excess of wooden spleen. Well, that is, I imagine, like, yes, losing her only support system would put you over the edge. Yes. So this is how and why she killed everybody. Okay. Alright. She's going to just take out the entire everything. Oh gosh. Oh boy, she's sent back to the abusive family. Well, that's not good. Oh boy. Did they cut her tongue out? Did they cut her tongue out? Because she mouthed off too much? Huh. Oh, wow. This is not something I have experience with, but I can believe, I guess, that after long enough, hope just kind of dies in you. You just kind of forget that there was ever a time that was different. Yeah, that's why life support was disabled when we got here, which I didn't notice, I don't think, until I started disabling stuff, which is, I think, part of why they have you start disabling stuff, so you notice that if you haven't already noticed it. Yeah, so, yeah, you killed them all. Yeah, yeah. I do actually trust her at this point. Maybe I have no reason to, but I do. No, it's okay. Oh, this poor girl. Yeah. All right, I will listen to what you have to say. I understand that you are, as we have discussed many times on this channel, a lot of times people are not born monsters; they are made monsters. She has done a monstrous and unforgivable thing, but there are reasons why that happened to her, and that is why it is so important to intervene before it gets to that point. If you can try to stop abuse from happening, you can prevent someone from growing up to be an abuser and hurting people down the line. So I guess they're letting me, in case I want to put mute back. It was block 7, right? Was it not block 7? I actually have to say, it's actually interesting that, oh, I just mistyped, okay. Thank you. I did misspell it. It is very interesting, actually, that there wasn't horrifying sexual violence on her part. That was what I expected it to be, but I think that the decision on the writer's part not to make that part of her particular story is, I think, A, to keep it from going like kind of over the top generic, like that's like the motivation for women, and also to, I think, maybe highlight that there are other ways for abuse and control and stuff to be horrifying without that, you know, which I think is really important. It's just like when people talk about rape and they have this box of what counts as rape, and they don't include, for example, coercion and things like that. Broadening the definition of violence against people and abuse against people, I think, is really important. Anyway. Yes, no, but actually, it was a very intentional decision to not make that to it was a very intentional decision to make that something that she physically enjoyed, and that eliminates that as the source of the horror, so that it doesn't distract us from the overarching horror of everything else. Um, so I think that's an interesting decision, and I actually agree with that decision. I think that that was the right thing to do, from a storytelling perspective and from a thematic point perspective. Hmm. The whole story. Oh God, this is going to be about what happened to make her not talk. This is probably where the real brutality is going to be, and I apologize in advance to anyone if this is really hard. Yeah, it's bad enough to think about being in a situation like with like full physical health, but to be like in the process of physically dying over time too. Oh, jeez. That is an interesting disconnect between cultures. Uh, mm, yeah. Yeah. I, 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 I do because I think people are the product of their time. That's not how it works. Just like I can simultaneously pity both of you. So she's definitely the one who's responsible for the worst of it. Mm. Hmm. Mm. They're gonna cut her tongue out. point, we're going to dig into some of these. Yeah, I wondered about that because it had that's the one that like is so and so's wife. That's really telling. Thought of it still leaves me uncomfortable. Let's hear it. Okay, we're not going to get the full answer until we... This is going to be hard. It's funny, I thought that reading about her with her husband was going to be the hardest bit. But... Oh, geez, wow. Oh, geez. Yeah. Ask the obvious question. I think... I think this is the question. Yeah. 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 It's not unintentional that this character is named Mute. The other character, I mean. The revelation that she was mute and couldn't speak changed a lot. Yes, Faisal, this is a visual novel. We're getting to the this is going to be really hard and awful, just to let you know. This is a story that is exploring abuse and desperation, and we are about to hear the main character talk about, well, we're about to read her journal entry in which I'm pretty sure she's about to tell us that her family cut her tongue out. So... sorry, you've walked in at a potentially difficult moment. Oh no. No, you haven't let me down. I understand. I do understand. I I can't say that I would be any better in her situation. Like, the thing is, you're gonna sit back and judge somebody for their actions, um, but you can't know what you would do pushed to the limit until or unless you've been there, you know? Um, it's really easy to like armchair spectate and be like, I would never, I would take it with grace, I would find a solution. Like, no, I mean, here's a character who has, um, I mean, on top of that, Axel, we have a character who's also like physically weak and dying from an illness. So like she's even more vulnerable and powerless. Like her situation is a nightmarish hell. And I would say that there's a point of desperation that could have gone either way. She could have just killed herself, or she could have done what she wound up doing. And this sort of thing is why abuse victims sometimes like do murder suicides. Or and then like you can have like a person whose partner threatens to kill them and abuses them and is just awful and horrible, and then they fight back and they're the one who gets in trouble for it. And it's just, I mean, no, killing people is not good. Like, no, we should not. Um, but at the same time, if somebody is operating in self-defense, and that's what this is, I don't know that I can condemn it, even if I can't condone killing people, if that makes sense. Sometimes there's no right, sometimes there is no good answer. And like this is also like, I think sometimes people think that I'm a pacifist because I talk about um, things that are, I guess, what people lump in with pacifism. But I actually believe in the importance of self defense and being able to defend other vulnerable people, even if that means physical defense. Um, so I will say, Hyun A probably took out people who are innocent. Without a doubt. I'm sure there were some children. I'm sure there were some people who didn't want to hurt people. Maybe some people who actually didn't hurt people that much. Like I can't say that literally everybody on that spaceship was bad. But at the same time, I can understand why someone in her desperate situation, like death is kind of the only escape she has, and she's kind of like, I might as well take them all out with me. With that much anger and that much hatred, neither any things were missing. Okay. All right. I thought I was gonna have to prompt you to talk more. Q&A. Like this is so incredibly inappropriate. It is completely ridiculous. She is absolutely not in love with this character. She is just responding to the only kindness that she has gotten in 600 and something years. But she's also a desperate, hurting young person. So what I would be is like, well, it's not ridiculous. I'm very flattered. I appreciate that you think so highly of me, but I do think that we should get to know each other better first. And then just evade until such time as distance and therapy can get involved. So I don't really know. Yes, a good thinking, Nick. No, we're gonna overwrite this save. The second save. 94% unlocked. Okay. Wow, there's a lot of different saves. So you could see lots of different things if you wanted to. That's cool. I'm gonna go with my gut. Yeah, I probably should save scum more than I do. But I'm not used to that because I've played games recently that like no take backsies. So I'm not in the visual novel frame of mind. I'm gonna say yes, I do think it's ridiculous. Yeah, no, see, like this is an acceptable way for me to be like, yes, no, it is ridiculous. And I'll be like, I know, but I have feelings. I know you feel that way. No, I'm sorry, child. We can still be friends. I absolutely... So, honestly, right now, I am satisfied with how this conversation has gone. She understands. She's not emotionally exploding. She's interpreting what I'm saying not unkindly, which is important. Yes, absolutely. I've been intending that all along. Yeah, as sad as that is, I mean, her parents putting her in cryosleep was probably... You can't fault them for doing that based on the information that they had available at the time. So this is making sure that we know that mute is gone. I mean, I guess we might as well take this ending. Yeah, no, that makes sense, Nick. Yes, it'll take way more than 24 hours to finish. She said it will take several days. So. Oh, really? It gives you a bad ending if you try? Whew. Part of me is like, maybe we should get the bad endings. I really don't like bad endings. Yes! The energy will make it go faster, and then we all get melted down. Alright, well, shall we do this, friends? Alright. Sorry, mute. Yes. Yeah, so we're not gonna get, there's no way we can get mute. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Look at how happy she is. So I don't think we have to worry about her being a mass murderer again. It doesn't answer how she made herself an AI in the system. I don't know if we got that earlier. Incoming message. Ah. Okay, so that's this RenP, that's what people use to make visual novels. 94%. So this is ending 1. Achievement unlocked, Friend Zone, Korean Fusion, Deep Space Detective. See you next mission. Alright. Bonus content. Idealized virtual body type. Okay, so that's the kind of maid. So she was originally too tall. Cosplay ideas. Oh my gosh. That's cute. More boots. Oh no. Jeez, moth dude. Okay. There's apparently a harem ending. Well, shall we go through and get a couple of other endings? Okay, so let's go talk to Mute. Okay. Ah. I'm sorry, my iris searing. Yeah, not animal tested. Okay. Enable AI mute. Alright. That's true, there is the romance ending, Nick, which I guess we could get. That would actually probably be faster. Let's go ahead and do that. We're diving right on in. We might as well get this one over and done with. Fortunately at this point, I feel like I got the ending that I'm okay with, and that's my ending. So now everything else is just kind of revealing the story. This is her music being happy. Yeah, see, like, it is hard to be in love with somebody who just listens to you. Yeah, see, like, all of these are completely understandable and sympathetic. Like, it completely makes sense why she feels this way. Alright, so let's get this. Oh, no, I don't have to. So people apparently not infrequently fall in love with, or think they fall in love with their therapist. Oh, that's a nice way of expressing what it is, you know? Like, the hands together like that. Achievement unlocked, my waifu. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna load this one. Okay, now we're gonna go talk to Mute and get a completely different side of things. Oh. Sure, let's see what she has to say. Oh, that's right, she's got stars. Let's see if we can ask her about any of these, if she'll respond. No. No. Yes. Let's see what Mute has to say about this whole situation. Sisterly rescuer. We're committing to this as another path, so I appreciate that they let you know this is a point of no return with her. Just like the other path is clearly a point of no return with Mute. Yeah, like either way you get that impression. So let's do her way and see how it goes. I'm turning back now. Yes, they do definitely prioritize the other. Okay. Okay, if you don't get emotional because you're a woman. Wow, this music is great. It's so discordant and like everything is out of tune with each other. Killing both of us permanently. God, she's so... Hahaha. Okay. Power control, disable. Okay, so I can put them all on one line. Bulkheads. Core 3, core 4, core 5, core 6. Docking. Gravity. Rail. Sensors. Waste. Because I want to see what she has to say. Gravity, rail, sensors, waste. Okay. Okay. Reactor. Okay, hang on. So we're going to go back here and see how she makes fun of us. Okay. I guess we can't do that. Reactor disable. Although I guess we can save and come back and do that. Shall we do that? Let's see if she says anything about this. Self-repetition there. Yes. Yeah, I really wanted to see what she had to say. It's 2 power systems. It's funny because some of this is exactly the same. It's funny. Okay. Okay. Then how are we doing here? Well, shall we go ahead? We have to do this. Shall we do it? you think, folks? I mean, that's what we're doing, right? We're doing this specifically so that we can do this. That's why we loaded the save. We got our canonical ending. Now we're just messing around because it's a visual novel. That's what we're doing. Okay, then we're gonna do PSS. PSS switch battery. PSS enable. Reactor disable. Fortunately, we made it with plenty of time to spare because I knew what I was doing, and also did everything all at on one line. 20 minutes actually is a good amount of time for you to do this. I mean, admittedly, I read very fast and I type quite fast, although, as is apparent, okay. Why is it not... Oh, the heat stuff, that's right. Yeah, well, let's see what she said. Critical heat. Okay. Alright, Moth Dude, thank you. I was planning on keeping it. Okay, so power control list. Power control, enable bulkheads and life support. Power control, disable bulkheads. Alright, there we go. So we're gonna go with it. Hang on, so let us save here. Okay. 99 save slots, yeah. Mute is excited. Oh, I missed talking to her. So she wants to just chat. The whole ship is dead. She does like to talk. That is true. Mute is the one who is not mute. Alright, let us start asking her some questions. I'm curious how she's going to answer these. Well, the thing is, I could disable mute and enable Hune A. Okay. Alright, well I guess I have to do this. Haha! Ignoring all of the reasons that are the reason why. Yeah. She's cutting off any of the reasons why. Yeah, I think you're right, Nick. You notice how she only lists off the men here? Last person that loved her suffocated to death because of her. Who was that? Who loved her? Who suffocated to death? I do. Yes. No. I can feel sorry for both of them. Alright, so here's gonna be more stuff. Oh, hold on. She's got things she wants to say, huh? What do you want to say? Okay, so the flagging is messier here. Sure. Block 8. Okay, well let's see what she has to say. Here's mute. One birth recorded. Slightly below expectations. Thanks, mute. Okay. Oh, this is going to be her reports in which everyone dies. Because this will be around when everyone dies. Ah! Yeah. Ryu in Ho. Who is that? That's not somebody we've got. Is that the Emperor? Disabled user, yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, the captain and the Emperor are the same person, so that would make sense. So this terminal right here. I've seen that, I think, before. Oh, this is how she got uploaded, okay. Yeah, so this is going to be her being uploaded. Okay, yeah. This interface is still highly experimental. Make frequent backups. That's probably her dad's note. So it was just because she was in her egg, as they call it. Yeah. Near an egg actually perfect. Yeah, well, I mean, her father did really love her. And her parents, her actual parents, were trying very hard to do their best for her. Choosing to give up your, like a few years of life with your child in the hopes that she could have a longer life without you is an interesting sacrifice to make. Mm. Ah, fighting starts to slow down. Yeah, so this is when the oxygen starts going. It's interesting that we get to actually see that. Okay, so she's letting me that we're getting close to the end. So we're gonna go through and ask these questions. Okay, so she won't answer that or that. Or that. Hmm. Were there any of these that I didn't ask her about that I had just seen with Hyune? Oh, that's a good point, Moth Dude. Had we not asked her about the stuff from? Is that it? I mean, I guess is there a way to get her opinion on things after we talked? Like, I guess we can switch between the two of them. I don't know. That's everything. Sure. Yes. I think I know how to get the harem ending. Okay, well, I guess we might as well do this for her. Yes. I feel like there's a way to have both personalities, but I'm not sure. Actually, no, that doesn't make sense. The existence of a harem ending indicates to me that it is in fact possible to get both of them. What the heck is she doing? What is she wearing? She doesn't look terribly impressed with the situation. Hmm. 97%. Oh, is that a traditional outfit? Because it's so different from her previous one. So I got Tsundere AI. Oh, we never did we? Do you want to see the change outfit command? Let's see what we can do here. Oh, okay, so that only does Hyun A. She's the one who changes her outfit. All right, so my one guess is that it's possible if you play through the game again, and then as soon as you can turn off stuff, you turn stuff off, then you don't have to deactivate both of them, and you can get both of them. That's my guess. I don't know if that's... No, I don't want to overwrite that save. No. Yes. I don't know. That's my guess. Like, is it worth starting over? Is that the thing? So I've gotten... I can do it with the save file I have now. Okay. Well, I'm going to take... Actually, if you guys will forgive me for a minute, I need to take a quick bathroom break. I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. Hi! Are we ready to return to whatever's going on? And I don't know. Like, at this point, I'm not really sure what else I can do. So, since the point of a visual novel is to experience the story and not overcome challenges, just as I asked for help when I did We Know the Devil, sure, do you guys want... Yeah, a hint coup sounds great. Let's do a hint coup. I feel like it's... We have a small but enthusiastic little crowd who's made it through me talking about some of the hardest subjects in the world for me to talk about, which we're probably going to hear about more. Unneeded functions. So which one of these should I load, by the way? Should I load the 65% or the 94%? Okay. No, I want to load it. Yes. Unneeded functions still do what they say they do. Time is a circle. Time is a circle. I don't think that did anything. Unneeded functions. Ah! Let's see. Block 7. Okay, no. Lauren. Type. Okay. Okay, so I can't access block 7. See? It's been decrypted, but it doesn't pop up on the thing. They're like, not this time. Okay. Time is a circle. What can I do here? Oh. How do I use that? Unneeded functions still do what they say they do. Why would I want to copy? I'm not sure, not animal tested. Yeah, compile, that sounds right. I haven't used copy. What if I... Can I put them both in the same core? And then download that. Copy core 1, core 2. Apparently 2 AIs can fit on 1 core. So I can play through to the end, or I could just download them right now. Which do I want to do? Okay, that's what I thought. Let's do that then. True, not animal tested. Okay, that's good flagging, Axel. I was gonna be like, yeah, I got it. The hint coup is functions plural. Okay. I guess we'd better take a look. What other functions are there? Functions doesn't have anything to do with the override terminal. Is there something else I have to do in here besides play through to get to the end? Quit. Oh my god. That's the way that I name things and stuff. Oh my gosh. Yes, I would like to be able to show Mute A's journal entries and see what Mute has to say about that. But unfortunately, I don't have access to them, so I couldn't do that. All right, so have I not completed what the hint coup requires or suggests? What is this star? Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know you could do that. That's cool. There's an unread messages button. Oh, man. Search command, and each log has a specific designation. It's a log document. Oh. Can you switch between the two personalities once they're on the same core? I mean, I guess I could just, like, find out on my own, but... that would take time. So... But you can't have them both when you're on the power. Like, are you saying that I should do that right now? Because the thing is about to blow. Should I have had another save that was earlier? Now I'm, like, second-guessing myself. I feel like I'm missing one crucial piece here. What is that crucial piece that I'm missing? Help, friends. Do I want to try to get Mute to look at these things before we trigger the thing? And is it only the questions? Oh, okay. I did not realize that. Okay, thank you, Mothdude. That was what I was wondering. Okay, well, in that case, sure, let's give this a try. Quit. Oh, Lauren. Okay, copy. Core 2, core 1. Okay. Disable AI. Okay, disable AI. Enable AI mute. Quit. Alright. Access log documents. I don't know what their numbers are. It says 5103. Yeah, see, like, they make it so you can't just, like, guess. So I'd have to have them somewhere. You know? How would I do that? Oh, okay, so manually work them out. Okay. So we're gonna load here. Yes. Main menu. There we go. Bonus content. Oh, we might as well look. There's a few more. Okay. So here's Mute. She did not look like a cat girl. Originally was busty and modern. Modern hairstyles. Lots of braids, yes. Small body, strong personality is what they decided to go with. Costume design. Yeah, so they were going for it to be anachronistic and absurd looking, and they were intentionally going for it to be cat-eared. Plain forehead doesn't look cute. Yeah, the historical notes I imagine is going to be really interesting. This is for cosplayers. That's what these things are for. Messages. There we go. So we want block 8. No, block 7. Alright. I guess I should open up WordPad. I'm trying to type. Or Notepad actually probably is sufficient for this. Alright. So we've got 7 HH 7 8A 7 UX 20 7 HH 9X 7 TG 0 7 EUX 24 7 HJ02F 7 EUX 25 7 HZ11B 7 TI5. Alright, they are all written down. Oh, the one about the Empress dying. Where was that? Oh wow, I never did get whatever this one here is. Yeah, no, the now that I look at it, it makes sense. So I'm going to get all of these too, okay? Let's do 7, 6, EUX 71, 6, SA 589, 6, EUX 85, 6, SA 611, 6, EUX 98, 6, EUY 03, 6, EU22. Alright, were there any others? Any other blocks we didn't have? Did we have block 5 at that point? Yeah, the women's quarters, etc. Yeah. What else did we not have? The letters between the sisters, right. Where is that? Which one is that? Ah, here we go. Yeah, I mean, we might as well see what she has to say about all of them, right? If we're gonna do this, XO1, 1B01, 1B09, 1X08, 1X14, 1B13, 1X15, 1XB16, and 1B15. Okay. Is there anything else, or are we ready to go? I want to figure out what this is. But I don't see. Well, that's alright. Let us go home. We're going to restore here. We're going to load this. Okay. Home. Okay, so we're going to switch, disable AI, enable AI mute, see what this does. Alright, friends. I hope you are ready for me to type a lot. I don't think I can copy and paste in here. Nope. I can't. Alright. Here we go! 1x01. Alright. What do you have to say about this one? Okay. This is gonna take a while, isn't it? Okay, let's try 1B15. Just in case. Let's see. Okay, so none of these probably. Let's try this. 6EUX27. All right. Sorry, folks. 6SA589. Okay. Yep. SA611. See, like, it seems like she should be responding to something here. I'm gonna take out the ones that I've already done. 6EYU22. Okay, yeah, so she did. That's one, never mind. See, like how she does actually end with the women eventually. Oh no, that flags something, doesn't it? Do I want to load from my last save? Try and keep going first? Okay. What does she have to say here? No. Oh my god. So the flagging is definitely not as careful on Mute's run. So this would be 6EUY03. Okay, so she doesn't have anything to say about that. Okay, so she doesn't seem to have anything to say about any of 6. Because if she was going to say anything about 6, it would be some of those. So let's try 7T15. Well, I have an I5. doesn't have anything to say there. Okay. It's not that one. I don't remember in what order these are in. 7HZ11B. Just working my way up. Alright, so 7EUX25. This, I think, is the one. Okay. Ah! Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, because she couldn't write at that point because they couldn't understand her language. So she was literally unable to communicate. Except in response to things, which is interestingly mirrored in the limited interaction that we have where we can't speak directly to them. We can basically point. That's interesting. Oh, wow, they can talk to each other. Huh. Huh. That's interesting. Oh. Hey, this is cool. Oh. It's funny how short she is. Yes, I did. I cheated the system. Oh, that's right, and Mute knows that I'm female, not Hune knows. Oh my god. Is there a way to do this that isn't wives? Okay. What are you two doing? No. Okay. There you go. That's fair. Just transport to civilization. Oh, that's cool, Stolen Light, yeah. So, I want to put them both in a core, right? Like, if I download... Oh, okay, you can download both, yes. That's right, because what it is that they are putting, like, they put themselves back there. Okay, so let's do it, yes. Absolutely. My client won't be super happy because I didn't get all the information this time. But I'm happy because I got the AI friends. Well, I'm glad to know that they're getting along swimmingly. This song is different, isn't it? Yeah. This is like chiptune-y, super, super chiptune-y. Yeah, you have to have mute active. So mute's path is much shorter than Cune. Like Cune is definitely the main character, the primary path. Mute is the secondary path to get slightly, just a little bit more of information. I like this song. This is actually probably my favorite song in the game so far. I don't know. Alright, 2 girls, 1 core. Got it. We have gotten almost everything. So there's only a few logs I haven't seen, and I don't know how to get them. Oh, there's another ending that I didn't get. The investigator leaves alone. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I honestly, like, I'm gonna just try to hack my way through, and I will brute force. But that takes a while. So I don't know if you guys want that. Alright, so let me see where we're missing. Alright. So there's 1 log we're missing there. That actually appears to be the only log we're missing. Unless there's a lot of, like, unless there's an entire block I don't have. But I have 97%, so I assume that's a single. Which would make sense. There's 10? I don't know. Anyway, I have to figure out, like, who I think this is. If this is gonna be essay. Did I miss one in block 9 too? No, I've got them all in block 9. Or at least it looks like I got them all in block 9. Sorry, my brain is putting me in imagining the situation with the knife when they cut her tongue out, so I'm probably gonna have nightmares tonight. But we've got cool music to listen to. Alright. No, so it's the log completion specifically that I'm missing, so I think I'm missing only a single. So what is the one that I'm missing? Is it by, is it by the Pale Bride, or is it by 622A? How you'd figure that out on your own, but let's see it. Okay, so it is a mute system, okay. Oh wait, no, hold on. Oh! Interesting that Cune No, we're missing one more. Or at least it's because it's not showing up here. Is there another one? Hi, Blues! Oh, need to search for it in a save to get it to store? Okay. Okay, well I think I can do that. We'll go here, we'll load this one. Nope, sorry. Okay. Okay. So 622A. Wait, no, I can't do that because... Because she's not there. Ah. Yeah, I have to use a different save file. Hi, Ella. Okay. Access log documents. So that's 622A. Now let's get the jerk ending while we're at it. We're just gonna do this because that means that we get them all. Yes. The worst ending. There's nobody. And the music is creepy and sad. 98%. Achievement unlocked, forever alone. Okay, well there apparently are some logs that we don't have. Are there more logs in block 8? I'm just trying to find story. I guess I should type that. Are there any other, like, I don't even know where to begin. How is this? It looks complete. Unless there's another block. Is there another block? Is there a block 11? I would, at this point, I am openly welcoming. Let's cheat the system. We got everything else. So these other two, I guess, are the ones that you can only find separately. So they must be their own block. I'm guessing there's two of them. And I will absolutely, I can do a Google search myself if you guys want me to. Ella! Ella! Let's see, last two logs. Alright, I'm looking this up. Alright. 777. I have that. I showed that to her and then I got an ending. What am I missing? What did I not do? I mean, apparently I got all of the plot, I got all of the logs. Folks, I think... Oh, the pronunciation guide is missing? How do you get the pronunciation guide? Oh, okay. Well, let us restore this. Okay, we're gonna go through and we're gonna get the jerk answer again. Apparently. AA01. What do you have to say about this? Anything? Okay. Okay. Then we're going... Now we'll get the jerk ending, and then we'll have everything, and as it turns out, there's no... Okay, so they have to prepare themselves to be downloaded, so you can't just download them. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, well, we'll see if that does it. And if not... God, this music is really sad. So we seem to have all of the everything. And there wasn't even any story. Okay, completion rate. Deep Space Detective. Alright, friends. Thank you for helping me out with that. I don't know why the pronunciation guide was missing, but it was. Yeah, no, that's true, Moth Dude. You could just leave at any point, but you want to get to the bottom of this to help the AIs. Known glitch. Okay, thank you, Nick. So, like, let's take a look at the bonus content. Let's look at the historical notes. Okay, based on a particular dynasty. Most brutally oppressive eras for women. Wow. Highly regressive social program. Transforming what had been a fair society. Some are fanciful. The large number of women's letters are saved. Yeah, pale bride's injury, that's one way of putting it. Beliefs expressed are not exaggerations, they're often understatements. Interesting. Analyzing it as a tool of coping with oppression. I don't know if I can emotionally handle that. This is a scary thing. I might do some reading at some point if I feel like I'm not feeling frustrated enough with the direction that modern society is going. When was this game made? Like, was this game made in the past couple of years when the idea of American, like mainstream American culture backsliding into a more regressive time was a valid concern? Or was this just a story that happened to... I mean, like I said before, I think it's really important to realize that a lot of the relative power and freedom and so on that we have. Wow! 2012, alright! Wow! Yeah. I mean, it is really important to remember that these things have not been in place for long, and they can be taken away from us. And there are people in power who want to take them away from us. So yes, this is a political stream. I'm a political Lauren. But I don't think that it should be political taboo. Let's not talk about it, about important things like women's rights, civil rights, equality for all, that sort of thing. Good night, Blues. Thank you for the game. I guess Blues will probably watch this and catch what's been transpiring for the rest of the session. Blues is the one who gave me this game, by the way. So if you guys have enjoyed me playing this, thank Blues. But yeah, no, it's chilling And, like, obviously, we are not going to get to a point where a woman is her husband's property or her parents' property to the degree that she can get her tongue cut out by her family to make her a better wife, and there's no repercussions for them. But that doesn't mean that certain essential freedoms could, like, are possible to lose. So yeah, get active, have opinions. If you don't want to do reading and you just want to invest a couple of hours to see how not long it's been since a lot of the things, like, I mean, what's in this game is more exaggerated than what was true of the US in the 1950s. But there's more similarities than I think people would care to admit. I watched the movie On the Basis of Sex, which is the movie about Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and it was really uncomfortable and eye-opening as far as how women were treated, just the way that women were treated, just across the board in other eras. And I think how easy it is for women in my generation to take it for granted, especially younger generations, to take it for granted. What we've gotten, as though we've arrived, as though these things are long established, as though there aren't men in power just waiting to take us away because they believe that women shouldn't have that power or that freedom. So if you take anything away from this stream, God, I could thematically list off things if you really want me to preach at you. I feel like that would be preaching to the choir, but just in case, consider reading up on that, researching that. Get angry, please. I sure as hell am angry. Since this is a stream in which I'm cursing, I'll go ahead and curse. Get angry. Understand what violence and oppression will do to a person. Understand what abuse will do to a person. Care. Just care. Be there for people. Look for signs of abuse and offer to be there for someone who needs it. Do the best you can. Support each other. Love each other. Try not to let other people feel all alone in the world. Try not to let other people be all alone in the world. Take care of yourselves and fight for yourselves. Fight for each other. And hopefully, yes, I did blue glass, but if you consider the subject matter, I think this is already a mature stream, content-wise. But yeah, I'm going to be haunted by that, so thanks, Christine Love, for giving me probably nightmares for the next couple of nights. Sometimes because of the way that my brain sometimes has a hard time processing fantasy versus reality, sometimes I will read about a thing and it will plant itself in my brain as an actual memory as though I was there. And that is the moment from this game that is stuck in my head, so thanks! But I mean, I think it drives things home, and like I said, I think that it's really good that she chose not to make the Pale Bride's sexual violence experience be the core of this. Like, this isn't a shocking rape story. This is a story about the oppression of women, and so it is important that the shocking rape isn't the shocking rape of the main character that draws attention away from everything else that's going on. Instead, it's a horrifying act of oppression family member in a way that has nothing to do with sexual violence. And that's extremely powerful, extremely effective, extremely horrifying, and I hope that we, like, this is not abuse, like, nobody's being fridged for anyone else's story. This is not titillating, oh, that's kind of exciting, actually, that terrible thing. No. Alright, Christine Love, I will probably tweet at her, and I don't know. I will formulate my thoughts on this subject, but I have criticisms as a story and the emotional development of characters and some of the writing decisions in this game, especially early on. I feel like this game, I'm sorry guys, you're still getting a dump. This game expects you to already be interested in beating it when you first start it. I feel like it could do more to load it up front with incentives to keep playing and care about the characters, because the stuff is there. Also, if I wasn't playing this on stream with other people, maybe this is because I don't play enough visual novels, so I wouldn't have expected Mute's ending to be this big. But I don't know. Maybe I should play more visual novels so that I know what to do that. But yeah, no. So I have some objections to some of the characterization and some of the storytelling decisions, some of the pacing. Um, but as far as the execution of the themes, okay, you guys have told me Christine Love has a game that is an erotic game, but it is all about consent in a really, really, really intentional way. All right, I believe you. I do, because the this is so very, very intentional in what it gives you, how it gives it to you, when it gives it to you, where the violence is and where it is not, how long you dwell on certain horrifying things and how long you don't. The fact that it figures you've put together that her tongue gets cut out, so that when she says you've probably figured it out, you've probably figured it out by then. The pacing on that was perfect, which is really hard to do with reveals. Um, so actually, like the pacing towards the end was outstanding. It's just I have problems with the beginning. Part of that might have been because I missed the intro thing, but I do think that character-wise, there needed to be a bit more um, early on. And I'm not a big fan of anime jokes. And I'm really uncomfortable with them borderline like the line of waifu stuff. There's just so skirting it, but it's a good game. It's a good game. I guess I'd play the sequel if we've got time next week, and then we'll take Metal Gear Solid after that. Um, yeah, but I see why somebody in Discord said that after they played this game they had to take a break for a while. This is a hard topic, and it does not pull any punches when it comes down to it. A couple of the places where it could be more graphic, but when it needs to be graphic, it is graphic. It's just graphic enough. So yeah, I will probably put on happy music tonight and hang out with my kitty, who is sitting on the couch waiting for me to join her. But yeah, hug people, do something good, like drink some hot chocolate. Don't have mice infesting your kitchen. Enjoy your night. Take the good stuff from this. Try not to let the hard stuff hurt you as much as it could hurt. Have a good night. If you have any, and I'll open this up, okay? If you have any questions for me on my thoughts or experiences, or your thoughts or experiences, or you want to talk about this kind of stuff, I think it is vitally important that we talk about these things. I think it's vitally important that we confront them. Like, I have been talking about my experiences for over a decade now because I think that that is one way to reclaim my own power and agency, but also to help make something good in the world out of bad experiences. Well, thank you, Manelli. I appreciate it. I appreciate your support. I appreciate that. Oh, and I just have to shout, not here, but Aruki Mania from YouTube, who is always leaving these extremely thoughtful comments that are sourced. Thank you for always weighing in with such interesting thoughts on our Thursday games, and I appreciate your insight into the cultural stuff you pointed out last time, and language stuff. But yeah, like, please, if you guys want to talk about this stuff, we can continue talking about this. I might talk about some of this on YouTube videos, specifically talking about, I know I'm not an expert, but kind of talking about my thoughts on this and what we can do about it. But yeah, thank you for being people that I feel comfortable talking to about these things. So good night, sleep well, and I will see you lovely folks. Tuesday we've got more Wind Waker, and Thursday I don't know what we're going to be playing, but the week after that, I'll have a big old sign and everything that'll let people know Metal Gear Solid is coming. So, good night. Thank you so much for sticking around, and take care. Bye.